Y'all excuse me, I'm trying to get this lighting together. It has been challenging to get this lighting right. So, y'all let me know what it looks like, and we got a lot to talk about tonight. Okay? Y'all see what the caption said. I'm gonna wait for y'all to get in here. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and welcome to my live. This is Wednesday night, hump night. Let me just write down a few notes. Hey Monique, how you doing, sugar? How you feeling today? I hope you're doing okay. We talking about Washington in the shadow. What's up, WV in the building? Y'all make sure you hit the thumbs up. We're gonna speak a little bit about El Salvador. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So I don't know. Let's wait. Today is a good day. I'm glad it's a good day for you. Oh, Sierra in the building. What's up, C in the building? How y'all doing? Ah, I hope y'all are doing good tonight. Y'all, I really had no intentions of going live. I really didn't. But I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to. I feel like y'all been calling me. And it's just so much going on in the world today. So Washington in the shadow. I don't know if any of y'all know about shadow work, right? So in my own definition, y'all come on and in, and don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like. Miss Beautiful, good night, love. And how was your day? I hope you had a good day today. Sherwin, I had a pretty good day. Very busy day. It was busy, but it was good. And I got home at a decent time today. So yes, I hope you had a good day too. Nice to hear that. Yes. Y'all come on in. I'm going to give y'all a couple more minutes, but Washington and the shadow. You know, I'm really tired of the split tone. Because you have to laugh. Can y'all hear me good? I'm really tired of the split tongue shitty pamper 80-year-old. I'm tired of it. Like the split tongue. Y'all know when a tongue splits. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just tired of the shitty pamper. You know, because somebody said he stank. That there was this restaurant in New York City, and they asked him to leave because of the stench, and so it's given stinky and old, and with the split tongue. You know what I'm saying? Because he's such a liar. It's just a lot going on. Glad to see you live. You have been missed. Thank you, Sierra. I've missed y'all too, but you know, sometimes you have to do a reboot, you know what I mean? So I spent some time rebooting, and I'm very, 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 very glad about the time that I set aside for me. But let me tell you, so it's 8 people in here. I need y'all to share the live, okay? So I need y'all to tap the screen, and where you see the share button, share it out. Share it to your Facebook, or send it to somebody in way of text message. But share it out. Do that for me now so we can get some people in here. Because a lot of people don't know that we're here. I just want to take the time out. Thank you. Y'all know where we got them from, honey. We got them from the tickety top. I want to take the time out to mention some people. Cali Girl. Cali Girl has been, she's been sick. I mean, a lot sick. And she left it in the comment section under the video. So I want y'all to send love and light and happiness and good vibes to Cali Girl. She has been really sick, but she's doing better, and she's got a little ways to go, okay? It's a lot going on, y'all. And that's why I be talking about cortisol levels, stress levels, and us trying to eat a little bit healthier. We do what we can because it's a lot of stress out here in this world today. That's why a lot of people are deciding to move abroad. A lot of people are deciding, not only celebrities but regular people, to leave the United States of America because China done let us know what you're not gonna do is play with them. China said you're not gonna play with me, honey. I've been laughing so hard at China and how they have been so petty, and they got all the jokes and all the smoke. They got all the smoke for Mr. Orange Face. Brianna Money Gang, Bree Money Gang. Hey girl, how you doing? It's a lot going on. So yeah, so y'all share the live, okay? Share the live. And wait a minute now, it's 10 people in here. Hit the like button. Y'all get the likes up, okay? Y'all get the likes up, right? I don't want to share my knowledge and waste my knowledge and my energy. It is valuable, my perspective and all that. Good. Yeah. So let me just share with y'all about the shadow. A lot of people don't understand what the shadow is. The shadow is all of the bad feelings that you have about yourself, the bad beliefs, you know what I'm saying? It's all of the stuff that you want to keep hidden. That's the shadow. It's the fears, it's the beliefs, it's the pain, it's the unresolved issues, all shadow stuff, right? So I said Washington right now is a display of the shadow. Whose shadow, Cheryl? Whose shadow? Well, the president's shadow. But he's linked his shadow up with other people, right? So normally when we realize what our shadow is, which is the church call it the carnal man, or the church calls it the sin, they call it flesh. And basically they spin it like you deny it, you suppress it, and all that kind of stuff. But when you're doing shadow work, you don't deny, you don't suppress, you integrate. You integrate it, meaning that you bring it to light. You are aware, you're conscious of it, and you're working on it. But when it comes to Washington, their shadow is not in the shadow anymore. Their shadow is on Front Street. The racism, the hatred, it's all on Front Street. The lack of empathy, the fear of immigrants or people from El Salvador that could be unaliving American citizens and doing all kinds of stuff to American citizens. Washington's shadow fear is that the people from El Salvador are going to unalive us and destroy us. So we're going to send them to the prison camps. And those prison camps, I don't know if y'all know, but those prison camps are a one-way ticket in, but you can't come out. Nobody comes out of that prison, that particular prison in El Salvador. It's almost like it's death row, right? Because nobody has ever known of anybody who has ever came out of there. And I think they opened it, I think in 2022. I don't want to say hi because I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. You could be saying something negative. I don't know, but I don't want to say because I don't know if you would say something where because I can read that I can understand, then I might speak to you. So that's what's going on. Um, I'm gonna try to um, I'm gonna try to speak about this without being too emotional. You know, um, I talked to a friend today about this, and I found myself, having conversations about this, but I really can't have a conversation about it because people are sort of like in denial. Or they're saying, oh, well, I'm not going to let the orange man interfere um, with my life, or I'm not going to entertain. This is what they say. People are saying, I'm not going to entertain negative energy. I'm not going to entertain negative energy. So this person, the orange-faced man, is negative. So because he's negative, I'm not going to entertain him. I guess that's what they thought when regentification started, right? When you had the neighborhood, the one neighborhood, the first neighborhood where they started at, when they basically offered somebody little or nothing for their property. Hey, Trinaya. They offered them little or nothing for their property. And then they sold it, and then they went right on in there. And then next thing people in the community were looking and saying, oh, I ain't gonna pay no attention to that. Well, but next thing you knew, they had took almost a whole neighborhood in every other inner city in the whole United States, almost. So as I try to have a conversation with people about this, they say, oh, I'm not going to let that bother me. That's negative energy. So somebody said that to me today, and I said, are you in denial about what's going on? You know? Are you in denial about what's happening in real time in this real world? Are you going to just pretend that it's not happening? Is that what we do when we don't want to deal with the harsh realities of life? Is that what we do? Because that's kind of like what they did in regentification. And then they didn't realize, we didn't realize, or I think I did, but a lot of people didn't realize that these people were not playing with us. That they were going to take your neighborhoods and push you out with a smile and a good morning, with a book and a run. Okay? So now we're dealing with Washington right now, and El Salvador and stuff like that. And judges saying, you're breaking the law, but they're not listening to the judges. They don't care about what the judge says. They are running rampant and running the judges over. I'm telling you. The shadow, the orange face, his shadow, and the other people's shadow that follow him now is creating the reality and the unrest that everybody's feeling. So you can avoid, and you can deny, you can pretend like it's not happening until it knocks at your door. So, for people to think that they will not be affected by this is crazy. Hey, Liz. For people to think that they are not going to be affected by this is crazy. Because if no other way, emotionally, you're being, unless you are intoxicated or smoking or popping pills or doing whatever you do in a fantasy, living in a fantasy in your own head. Hey, JC, I hope you're not doing that. Um, El Salvador. This plan for El Salvador is so demonic. Serious. It's so demonic. They showed footage today. Hey, Missy Lou. They showed footage today of what it looks like from the satellite. It looks like that. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know how this chair. Bring y'all a little bit closer. Where it looks like that they see unalived corpses and blood stains all over the concrete from El Salvador. Now, the orange-faced guy has asked the president of El Salvador to build 5 more of those facilities, and the reason why he wants to do that, because he says that he's going to send homegrown inmates there to El Salvador. Now let me just tell you about what I think about that. We have had an ongoing problem in the United States with our African American youth, with the bang bang, what's up, Marcus? The bang bang violence, the UGs with the D, and all that stuff. We know what's been going on in the inner city. We know partly why it's been going on, because of the traumas, right? We know that our African American history is being erased. There's some talk about a museum being closed down, our African American museum being closed down. So even though you have African American people saying that Trump is not against the African Americans, that is not true. He is. When he spoke to the president of El Salvador and he said, build me more prisons, who do y'all think that he wants to put in the prisons? I sat down today and I thought about it. Monique said he definitely is. I said, we've been having an ongoing problem with our African American youth. The mothers, me, because I have 3 sons. The mothers, the grandmothers, the pastors, the community leaders, the pastors have not been able to get a hold of this situation. Hey, H&D, about our African American youth. We've not wrangled this situation We don't have no resolve with our African American youth. We don't know how to fix it. It's been an ongoing situation. Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, um, California, with all the gangs and all of that. We don't know how to fix this situation. I believe that those prisons, that this plan, because listen, regentification came in with a piece of paper and a pen and a plan, and they wrote and they planned. They wrote and they planned. Regentification was accomplished that way. This is not a fallacy or a fantasy. This is reality. They did that. Project 2025 is only half done. The politicians, I listened to one night on C-SPAN, and it was a meeting going on in Washington, and there was this lady, hey Chris, there was this lady that stood up and say, the biggest threat to us here in Washington is the awake, the awakened people, or the conscious people. So basically, the African American male. No, I haven't. Um. No, I don't. No, I don't. That man is not going to be returned. And if he if he is returned, he'll be brain dead. There's no way all of these psychopath, narcissistic, no empathy, mean to the bone people. That president of El Salvador is the worst of the worst. You might as well say he's a living, walking demon for the condition of that prison. You got 80 inmates per room with 2 toilets. That's a that's a narcissist, mentally ill people. It's like people go to the movies to be entertained. I don't, but people go to the movies to be entertained by BLOOD and all of the most horrible and horrific demonic things to be entertained by that. These people have taken it to another level. They are carrying it out in real time. Do you see what I'm saying? We have an epidemic in our country of African American men and young boys. I believe that the same way that they did regentification and got it accomplished too, and took our inner cities, they have a plan for our boys, our men. A commentator on TikTok today said, If you do the crime, you do the time, right? The president and uh, his friends and colleagues in Washington have done plenty of crime, and they're not doing the time. There is a reason why our African American boys and men, there is a reason why they go through what they're going through now. It has everything to do with systemic racism and systems that have been set up to keep them on the bottom. Even though people say that they have had the same opportunities as other people, that is not true. It's not. Because these systems are in place to keep them at a disadvantage the whole time. Now, being a spiritual person like I am, understanding what justice is, understanding the shadow of a person, like our president, like Washington, what's going on with the collective as they hate black and brown people. I'm just at a loss for words. I've been working on keeping my emotions in check, especially when I'm speaking about something, because I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. I don't want anybody, and I tell people this all the time. These are not the days that we say to ourselves that this is not as bad as it is. These are not those days. Just like the people in the regentification. Number one, they were unaware. Number two, they were not prepared. Number three, they couldn't do anything because the people that had the pen, the paper, and the plan were able to execute it and get it done. And now they're planning to put our sons, fathers, cousins, and relatives in those prisons in El Salvador. And this is the thing. They're not just going to put them in the prisons. That's not it. They are only going to take them to the location so that they can create a hell on earth and then unalive them. That's what's going to happen. Or that's what's happening in El Salvador. That prison has been reached its capacity, and we sent 2,000 people over there, 2,000 inmates over there. I saw a TikTok today where ISIS took a tool of some sort, almost looked like a metal gardening tool, and it just he just tore tore into somebody's car. They were savages because now this energy is growing. It's growing. It's growing. hmm I would just say this, and I've been speaking this to men that's in my life that I know. Please stay out of jail. Don't. This is not the time to be going to jail. It's not. It's not the time. People are still leaving the U.S. I'm gonna be one of those people, and I want my family to come with me. I do. Um, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. People going to be leaving. I'm gonna be one of those people. There's so many black women and black men, content creators. They've been gone. They've been gone. Um, I just don't want people to think, you know, that this stuff is not going to happen to me. It's not going to affect me. I'm just going to keep on living the way that I always did. Yeah, it's going to affect. It's already affecting everybody. It is. I'm sorry they had to come to y'all tonight and talk about such a real, true, modern day, terrible situation. But this is happening now. And they are so excited about it. Makes them feel so powerful to hurt and unalive people. While they are hurting and unaliving people, they've become unbelievably rich. I could hear my daughter's voice now saying, Mama, it ain't that deep. But it is. If we could sit around some of those tables. But see, I'm already around the table. That's just something that I can do. I don't have to be in the room. I don't have to be in the room to figure out what they are feeling and thinking. The only thing I have to do is just get still, focus, feel into what they are doing. How has he done this, Cheryl? How did he do this? How did he tap into... Everybody's been asking the question, how was he able to get all these people on his side? Well, that was easy. He spoke from his shadow. He spoke it out loud. They were afraid to say it. They felt the same way, but they were afraid to speak it. That's how. So You would say, well, Cheryl, well, they felt the same way. Did he influence them? No, they have the same fears. It's the same. All of this stuff is backed up by negative emotions, fear, terror, you know, afraid that they're going to be ran over, ensnared, and unalived. So they have demonized other groups of people to the point that when they think of those other people, hold on for 1 second. That when they think of these other people, they just want to just wipe them out. Just wipe them out. I'm petrified what's to come. For some people, WV, I'm telling you, it's horrible. It is horrible. The prison situation has been the worst. Those photos from the satellites where it looks like that is blood stains. It's just crazy. Um, so what can we do about this? What can we do about people in the lowest state or the lowest vibration that they could ever be in? That all of their fears, all of their anxieties, all of their boogeymans and all of the weird stuff that they think about, and they're acting and reacting from that. What can we do about that? What I can do is let you guys know that these people, even though they are the richer than what we can imagine, they are poor. They are poor. Their consciousness is so low. They're full of all the worst things that you um, can imagine, and they're okay with it. It's not even, there's no restraint there. There's no restraint on it. You know how we would try to manage, like, girl, I don't, I can't stand when I get like that, and I got to go do something with myself, but they are not that way. It makes them feel good to be that way. And then other people are that way. And they want to shed blood. And they are going to do it. They're going to do it. But what we can do is know that there are millions of people. And these people, like me, like the type of person that I am, are aware and conscious of that this is the most low vibrational Washington experience that has ever happened. Okay? It is the lowest of the low. It's just terrible, and that it could change overnight. It Say for instance, we're gonna just say for instance, those the people that support him, not the not the regular folks. We're talking about the politicians and the judges, the ones that are narcissistic, the ones that only care about the money, the ones that share in the white fantasy, and the ones that are in their shadow. We're going to put a number on it. So say for instance you remove 200 of them and about 8 judges. For some reason you lock them up and go to jail. Just get them out the way. Hey, Ro. Yeah, you were not blocked, Ro. I went in the app. You were not in there. You were not blocked. So if you get them out the way and then replace them with 200 high vibrational people like me and high vibrational judges, our country would change overnight. Wonder if you could remove the president of El Salvador, get him out of there. Get a group of the military people, send them over to that prison, open up those doors, go in there and look and see what's going on. Okay? Because I don't care if it is a prison. They should not be allowed to do whatever they want to do to those people, like as if they were a producer or a director on a movie studio, and now they were creating this horror movie, but it's real. Y'all, all of what I'm talking about tonight is just pure mental illness. It's mental illness. A lot of us don't realize what mental illness is and how vast it is. Nobody should want to unalive anybody. You need to check your radar if you're the type of person where you want to unalive somebody or to see somebody be unalived. I watched this police officer, black, put a black young boy in a chokehold, and he was big and muscular. And this young boy was approximately 5'9", maybe he weighed like 170 pounds, and he put his big muscular body, the weight of it, and put that boy in that chokehold while the people screamed, because it was in a public place, let him go, let him go. And he would not let him go. And I said to myself, he wants to unalive him. His shadow is activated. All of the negative, low vibrational feelings of emotions of pain and murder and bloodshed adrenaline was going through his body. All of his training was out the window. He had almost lost his mind. The only thing he wanted to do was to feel the life force escape from that young man's body while he hold him until it goes out. Missy Lou, he's just like our administration. He's just like our administration. Missy Lou, I don't think that we realize, as American citizens, I don't think we really realize how awful a condition this country really is. We say that we are Christians, a country of God people. Well, no, we're not. The God that reigns here is the God of money. Money over everything. Money over morals. Money over empathy. They don't care. How much money is enough money? And Missy Lou, I don't think it's all just money either. You know what I mean? Because some of these people have like tons of money. I think they're numb. I think they're numb. Because how many houses can you buy? How many new cars? How many new bags? You know what I mean? All the food that you like and want, like you got that. You can even buy people. They're bored. They don't want that. They want that shadow stuff. They want wickedness. I don't think money is the root. I think hate is. I think murder is. That's where they're going to. Because we've been talking tonight about the shadow work. Talking about the darkness. How bad can it get? Badder than what you would ever think or imagine. What do they really want? They want people's lives gone. They said the president has been in a really, really good mood. The more the people suffer, the happier he gets. Some people say, well, Cheryl, there's gonna be something that happens and he's gonna care. No, it's not. No, that's not going to happen. When people speak that way, they speak through their own lens. That's not what's gonna happen. You say why though? Because it's what makes them feel good. It's what makes them feel good to hurt other people. Makes them feel powerful. They don't feel much. People like him, they don't feel much. It takes a lot to feel. So they'll do whatever they need to do in order to feel something. So all of that negative stuff is what they want to feel. You know what I'm saying? So while they're doing all this, and when I was looking at that prison in El Salvador, let's see, can we find any of the footage on it? When I was looking at it, I was just like, oh my God. I don't understand how those people have ended up in that prison. And I don't know much about the men in El Salvador. I don't know. But I really don't see them doing much worse than the people in Washington, what they're doing right now. I know. We're going to learn in America. We're going to learn to stop worshiping money. You can't do it. Hold on, y'all. El Salvador prisons. I don't know anything about squid. I don't know what that is. Y'all know I don't watch TV.
All of these cells are filled with people that the El Salvadoran government says are gang members guilty of very serious crimes. ABC News can't independently verify any of that. But the simple reality is that this is their day-to-day life.
Look at all those people.
To each single cell. 2 toilets.
80
just
people.
A bucket of water for them to drink. Everything about their day-to-day life is controlled.
Now, 80 people per cell. They are literally stacked on top of each other. 2 toilets and 1 bucket of water. They say that these people have done the worst crimes imaginable. But for the person or the people that put them in these conditions, the Squid Game would be based on what's going on in real life. When producers and directors make sitcoms and movies, it's based on the knowledge of what's going on in real life. You see what I'm saying? When they make the movies, they know or become aware of what's going on in the world somewhere, and then they put it up on the screen. So 80 people.
And it's these conditions in which the hundreds of people, alleged gang members that have been deported by the Trump administration to El Salvador, are being kept. We are not allowed to see those Venezuelans, primarily, who have been sent here. We haven't been getting access to them. But what you're seeing here is the same kind of conditions, more or less, that those people are being held in right now. So we're inside what's called Secot. It's one of the most notorious prisons, really, in the entire world at this point, right outside of San Salvador and El Salvador. And all of these cells are filled with people that the El Salvadoran government says are gang members guilty of very serious crimes. ABC News can't independently verify any of that. But the simple reality is that this is their day-to-day life. 80 people to each single cell. 2 toilets. Just a bucket of water for them to drink. Everything about their day-to-day life is controlled. And it's these conditions in which the hundreds of people...
Well, this is not a game. And I feel like... That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I just shake my head. Going through trauma therapy, doing shadow work, I can't watch stuff like that on TV. I can't watch it. Those emotions that I feel by watching people be treated like that, I can't watch that. There's no way I can go to that prison. There's no way. And that's what's wrong with our world. We've become desensitized, and that type of stuff is entertainment for us. Yeah, it's not good. What's going to end up happening, though, is that for people like me, because I find them every day. I find a lot of people that are like me, and they know that what's going on in our country is shadow shit. It's just the sickness of the human. It's so funny that Washington, they say that they're Christians. That's what they say. They say they know God. That's what they say. They go to church. That's what they do. And they're full of hatred, full of murder, full of negative energy. Washington needs therapy. Yeah. President is ill. And the people that are making decisions with him to do these horrible things to other people, they are sick too. They wear $5,000 suits. They wear Versace shoes. They have 3 and 4 degrees. They have $32 million in the bank. They are mentally ill. They are sick. The preachers, they are too. There are millions of people all over the world that know that. That until you do this shadow work, like, until you do the shadow work, you're just, it's just crazy. But folks are looking and they're like, oh my God, like, I can't believe this has happened in Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, you got other people in other parts of the world, other officials and presidents like, what's her name? The president of Mexico. I love her. She just gave Trump, oh boy, she socked it to him. So what they did today, I don't know if they did it today, but they were going to do a military strike on some supposed to be gang members in Mexico. So her people intercepted the plan to do that through some type of something. I don't know how they do it. And the drones ended the plan and nothing worked out. So Trump's sneak attack just fell to the ground by a woman. I done told y'all about that divine feminine, honey. That's another thing that's wrong with Washington. That toxic masculinity part is part of the shadow, though. It's part of the shadow. You got these men telling women what they're going to do with their bodies and telling women that we cannot vote if our marital name does not match our birth certificate. That would be my situation. Firing women from their jobs. Saying that we need to take authority away from women and take power away from women. Toxic masculinity. That's El Salvador, same thing. Same thing. Same thing. I've been saying intuitively, without having the knowledge of the Lilith, because I didn't know anything about Lilith. My intuition, my observation is pristine, and it always has been. But I know that women are the answer for this world. I know that. But I didn't realize that it's not just women, but it's the divine feminine. And these men in our country and in our Washington with this toxic masculinity, and they want to run over everybody, and especially women, It's not godly. It's out of balance. It's out of balance. It's the same person said, we're going to grab women by their PUSSY. Hmm? There's so much healing that has to happen. You know what? I'm encouraged though, because me looking at what's going on in Washington, I'm baffled because it's all trauma. It's all trauma. It is. For these people to be so rich and they just like your next door neighbor when it comes to uh, the unresolved issues that are in Washington. Because this idea of the white man is going to rule and tell everybody in the world what to do, almost like a one of those animated cartoons back in the day when you got the little cartoon book and you got the villain and a superhero, and in every story like that somebody says, and I hate it. I really, like, I've been hating it forever, but ever since I was a child, when you hear one of the stories, it always say, whoever is in the story, I'm going to take over the world. Toxic masculinity. You're not going to take over anything. You're going to give up the ghost. You're going to leave your body. You're going to leave this earth. That's what you're going to do. Exactly what you're going to do. Toxic masculinity is terrible. And in 2025 in the United States, I cannot believe. But as long as we believe that man is supposed to be in charge, ain't no way. I don't mean no harm. I met this preacher today in my closing. He told me before he left, because we worked together today, he said, Cheryl, I really enjoyed this conversation. My goodness, he said. And you might not believe it, but I love you. I said, thank you. I love you too. Mm-hmm. He did a lot of talking to me about. I do. Don't put the cake with what you did. Yeah, boo, I do. He did a lot of talking to me today about what God wants. How you get booted out the live? What God has said. And and so um and he said, what you think? I said, well, God has not said those things to me. Um, it's my choice uh, what I do. It's my choice. It's my life, right? He said, yeah. Okay, well, then I choose to do what I want. I'm choosing the whole time. So he said, but God wants you to do it this way. No, he don't. No, I mean, I might do it like that, but then again, I might not. If I'm made to do what the toxic masculinity God tell me to do, then it's his life, not mine. Right? No. So he looked at me, he said, what? I said, no. So we talked about sex before marriage. And he said, what you think? I said, I wouldn't dare marry a person without knowing if we are compatible sexually. No. Who would do that? He said, but you got to trust God. No. Trust God what? I said, do you know how many times as a human being that we think that we're making the right decision and we're being led? That's what they're doing in Washington. By God, and you're not at all. Mm. So no, you think I would gamble that? No. He said, but uh, he said, well, your body is God's body. No, it's not. It's mine. It's mine. And I want somebody who, hello, gospel singer Ashley. I want somebody who knows what to do with my body the way God would. Actually, I told the preacher, I don't see God as some type of figure in the clouds. I would want God to be my lover. Why? Because he made me. Why? Because he knows my body. He said, Cheryl. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry about that, darling. I really am. Are you okay? Um, yeah, I would want God to be. He said, well, will you ever be married again? I said, well, I've been married twice. No. He says, why not? Because I love my freedom. And when I was married, I was somebody's wife. And I don't want to serve a husband. I don't. So he was like, what? No. Mm-mm. My experience has been, I've been with people who wanted my power. And I would never give my power away again, ever. It's too valuable. It's too valuable. I would never. I would never. Mm-mm. He said, oh my God, yeah. Because, if you think about it, women were men's property. They're doing it now in Washington. They're doing it now. They're trying to take women's rights and we be property. I'm not going to be anybody's property. Especially when I'm smarter than you. Especially when I'm stronger. Especially when I'm more intuitive. I can't do that. I don't want to, no, I don't want to do your laundry. I don't want to cook your food. Sorry. Now, there are some women who want to do that. Let them do it, because not me. I don't, I'm more like, no, we're not doing that. So, no. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I guess in the next, 10 years, this world is going to change a lot. Okay? And even though we are going through a change, it's not a good change. All change ain't good. This is not no good change. This is not. This is the shadow being on stage in everybody's world. This is shadow work. When we finally, and I'm not saying that Kamala, I don't know, Kamala kind of represented a facade to me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Kamala kind of represented a facade in a way. She's y'all don't get me wrong, y'all. I hope y'all love me past this situation, but Kamala is giving. She gave fake. She gave fake, and nobody wants that either. Nobody don't want the fakeness. It's 2025. We don't want the facade. We don't want that. We don't want something that's polished and beautiful. We don't want that. We don't want it. Because everything ain't polished and beautiful. Everything ain't polished and beautiful. It's not right. Whenever you see a person and they seem to be perfect, that is not real. That's a facade. It's an act. When you're dealing with a person and they're not okay with being angry sometimes, it's not real. It's a facade. It's a lot going on spiritually, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. There is no need for anybody to be on stage in your life. This is not Hollywood. I'm not acting for y'all. I'm serious. My channel, this is serious to me. I'm serious anyway. People that know me in real life, they know that. I'm serious. What's going on in Washington is awful, but obviously it's necessary. It's necessary, and we are not getting ready to let this. This is an opportunity for people to realize that this world cannot get better with misogynistic, racist, money hungry demons. Oh, but Cheryl, he's a businessman. I don't care. I don't worship businessmen. So what? He's supposed to be a man for the people, not a man for the business. Hmm? He's a businessman. Who cares? Who cares? Right. He's a businessman. Who cares? So we worship business? So what? We got to do some soul searching. What really matters to you? Right. All them bankruptcies. What really matters to you? We got to do some soul searching. I don't care. If I was the type of person that cared about money, then I would put my facade on and I would be going after somebody who could provide me with the lifestyle that I would love. But money is not what I value, though. That's not what I value. I like it, but I won't do anything for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got some people, obviously. Hey, Ariel, how you doing, boo? You got some people, obviously, that do. And therefore, now they have put him on a pedestal, and now we got a whole living mess that we're dealing with, and people are leaving this earth because we have put somebody on a pedestal because of money. Do you see what we've done? Oh, wow. I'm old and rich, but I was happier when I was young and poor. Period. Um, Now, we've heard people say this over the years, you can't take any of it with you, and we cannot. My thing is, once you drive, Rose said, I agree. Once you drive your dream car and you own it, and you don't have to pay not one penny on it, and you might have 4 or 5 of them. Once you've lived in a house that you've designed, and you've been able to afford everything to put in that house exactly the way that you want it, and then you bought 3 more. Once you've vacationed in all of the best, beautiful resorts all over the world, then what else is there to do? Money is not everything, guys. Happiness comes from within. Yes. And that is spiritual. We are headed for a spiritual manifestation. It's something so beautiful that is coming in us, through us, as us. It is coming. But we had to make a stop, and we stopped here first. This is absolutely awful. And I'll say another thing, and I always visualize this. If you had all the money in the world that you ever wanted, and you were in this earth, you had a car, you got a boat, a plane, a van, a bus, or anything that you could drive, and you could live in any house that you want to live in, but there are no people here. It's just you on this planet with anything that you've ever wanted. All the food, all the jewelry, all the gold, all the cars and everything. But there's nobody here on this planet to share it with. Just think about that for a minute. Just think about that. A lot of times people want money because it gives them power. And power to do what, Cheryl? Power for what? Power to be over other people. That's what they want it for. They want power to tell you what to do. Sounds like a dream to you. Yeah, Demond, but if you did it for 5 years, you would go insane. We as people are not built to be alone without other humans. That is not the design. I guarantee you, you would lose your mind. So that's what they want it for. They want it for other people. Our president has done everything that he wanted to do, including have all the women that he wanted. Even the women, the beautiful ones, young, soft skin, beautiful skin, smell good, flat bellies, gorgeous. He's had them all. He's had what he wanted. Now he wants power over people. See, half man said, I bought a new Ferrari years ago. I was happier for about a month. That's it. It doesn't last. I'm telling you, we as humans, we get used to stuff, even beautiful stuff, even people. Elon Musk. Some men have had the most beautiful women around. And after they spend a certain amount of time with that beautiful woman, then they want another beautiful woman. You get used to it. It's the people that they are hungry for. It's the power over other people that they lust for. My thing is, why? Why do you want my power? Why can't you be satisfied with yours? Because I don't want your power. Why do you want me to obey you? I don't want you to obey me. I want you to do whatever it is that you want. Live your life. I'll live mine. I don't want to lord myself over you. It's those questions that I ask myself. And some of y'all can run that through your mind too. Why do they need that? Because they are empty souls. That's why. There are possibly hundreds of millions of people. It makes you feel needed by others. To your point, I have 4 children. They all are grown. And they don't need me anymore. It was hard getting used to, but in about 3 to 4 months, I was able to adjust to it. It makes you feel needed. I recently bought my wife a $8,500 handbag. She prefers the $100 one I bought her when we were young. People have different values. Seriously. People do. People, you know, we are not we're not all the same. You know what I'm saying? I myself personally, I'm not into clothes and shoes. I'm not a clothes and shoes girl at all. I could put on some leggings and a jacket and a flip-flop, but I gotta have my hair real nice, and I gotta have a nice lip and makeup and maybe a pair of glasses. See what I'm saying? But there are some women, because I see them on TikTok all the time, they are very much into these really high-end bags and, shoes, and they have a beautiful collection of it all, and that's what they value. But a person like me, I don't. I'm into spirituality, deep conversations. I want to get to know you. I like to talk about life. I like to be by the ocean. I like to pray. I like to meditate. I like to love on God. I like to love on me. Did y'all hear me mention a really nice sports car or $1 million home? No, it's not what I value. If I got it, I would enjoy it though, as I do this small house that I live in. There are hundreds of millions of people around this world that are just like me. Yeah, so they're sitting in your yard that are just like me, and we don't. Um, I want I have something to say to you guys about the journalist and the content creators saying he wants revenge. He does want revenge because he's mad at the felonies, the 34 felonies. But they were saying, why won't the Democrats stop him? They were saying that, right? A lot of people were saying that. And so I found the answer to that. They don't want to stop him because they're it's the business. You say, Cheryl, what kind of business? It's the stocks. Y'all listen. I've done my research. I know the congressmen and women and the senators, the people in Washington, the who's who, the CEOs of these really big companies, they have made a sickening amount of money between the tariffs, putting the big tariffs on the different countries, and then they guesstimated what people would do, what they would do with the stock market, and they guesstimated right. So between putting the tariffs out there in an attempt to manipulate the stocks, and then taking a certain amount of monies and putting it in the stock while sending the tariffs up, and then everybody wake up 34, 50, $75 million richer, or billions of dollars richer. So there's so much money being made that they've taken a blind eye to everything else. You just see what I'm saying? So I thought about it myself, right? That if I knew a friend of mine was doing stuff to hurt people, right? But my friend has got the plug. He's got the plug, right? So my friend is making moves and letting me in on it, that I can create generational wealth for me and my people. And I know what my friend doing. But if I just be quiet, the Congress and the senators, if I just be quiet, when I wake up in the morning, ooh, child, when I wake up in the morning and look at my account, there's going to be a lot of money there. I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything. Most of my life, I've just said I wanted money to pay my bills and do and experience what new things. Yes. So see, Ro, you are not like them, and neither am I. That was my brother, y'all. But listen, in the world that they are in, they gonna make that money. They gonna make that money. We talking about, I've talked to some people about this. We're talking about, we're not talking about no little piece of money. There was there was one guy who shared his experience, right? So he got the dog whistle. He got the dog whistle that, okay, I put the tariffs, I put the tariffs on China and some other people, right? I'm going to do this in 2 days. I'm gonna put the tariffs on them in 2 days. When I do that, the people, the shares and stuff are gonna go down. People gonna pull back. At that point, I'm gonna go in there and because I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna buy up a lot of the shares, because I'm gonna throw about $15 million in there. But this guy I'm talking about, he put 1 million in. He bought up $1 million worth of shares. And when he woke up the next morning, he had 33 million. So what I'm saying, There's another level of business that's going on. When this man said, when the people say, oh, Cheryl, he a businessman. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got that right. Business on a whole nother level, right? The Congress and the Senate and the people in Washington, they've been making money that way. They've been doing that. My thing is, I called some people the other day. I was like, well, people have stocks and shares with the companies that they work for, but not independently. Like, are people taking their income tax check or one check a month from their job and buying stocks? Have they been doing that the last, 25, 30 years? Just in general, like the average Joe or the average Mary? No. But the Congress and the Senate, senators, making $178,000 a year. They've been in politics for, we give them 15 years, 20, and now they have $300 million or more from stocks. So the businessman turns president. He on the phone. Yeah, what's up? Okay, look, this is what we gonna do. And how did I tell y'all they do it? With a plan, a pen, telephone. This is what we gonna do. We gonna get in here. We gonna manipulate the market, and we gonna make a whole bunch of money. That's what we gonna do. Even though the title, they said, Cheryl, he's a businessman, but what is he supposed to be? I'm asking you a question. What is he supposed to be? What is his job? He's a public servant. Serving who? Serving himself? Serving his rich friends? Those people? Serving the ones that are already millionaires and billionaires? Serving them? Are they the people? No. They've already figured it out. They're already wealthy. They're already vacationing. They're already shopping in Paris. They're already sending their children to the best schools. They're already sitting on the most comfortable couch that you can buy. Who are the people? Who are the people? He's a public servant. And then the people say, oh, we're going to vote him into office because he's a businessman. Do you know what businessmen do? Huh? Businessmen they're not looking for the good of the people. Businessmen are lacing their pockets. And they're calling their friends. And they're giving them the inside scoop. And they're doing trading behind the scenes. The same thing that they sent Martha Stewart to prison for. And then we as people, those people, those people say, oh, he's a businessman, Cheryl. But I'm saying, how is that going to help you? Y'all know what? A lot of things are changing in Washington. But I'm going to tell you, one of the things that need to change, if you are a congresswoman or a congressman, you shouldn't be able to trade. And if you are a president, you have no business being a businessman. That never made sense. It never should have happened, and it doesn't fit. That is not a proper fit. Now, if he was a businessman who was a decent man, if he was a businessman who had been poor before and pulled himself up by his own bootstraps and was associated with the commoners and didn't live an elaborate lifestyle and don't like to shake the hands of black and brown people or women, some women, then it could be okay if he was a president that would give back. But he's not. He's one of the elites. Comes from a different world, has a different experience, feels a different type of way. He's entitled. He's selfish. He's greedy. He's non-empathetic. He's a gaslighter. But my brothers and sisters, the educated ones, the ones that's been in Washington for a long time, they let this happen on their watch. So, what's up, JC? It's a lot of systems that need to change. It's a lot of things that need to change about Washington. And when we get him out, things are going to change drastically. Did you see Candace Owens said she's not too fond of Trump anymore? Listen, I wish I knew more about Candace. I really do. Because I've heard, what's up, Sean? I've heard a lot of people recently talk about Candace. She's rebranding like a chameleon. Yeah, because her money is attached. But I did hear, but I don't know if it's true. I did hear that Trump promised her something and didn't make good on it because she's a black woman. You know? Yeah. So I don't know. I know that by first glance that Candace is very much, she's very, I don't know, it sounds to me that that she's anti-black, being a black woman. That's what it sounds like. Now, if she's not, let me know if I didn't hear it right. But from what I heard, she's anti-black. She sounds exactly like a white woman. And she's missing, even though she's dark skinned, she's missing culture. Candace Owens does not have the persona of a black woman at all. I don't know if she has the experience of a black woman. I don't know. But I doubt it. I doubt it. So I just don't know much about her. And yeah, I've never been attracted to her commentary. You know what I'm saying? I just hate to say it, but I just got to. Just listening to her talk it was a no for me. It just gave facade. It gave facade. I'm serious. I don't know where she grew up. I don't know what kind of household she grew up in. I don't know if it was a Good evening, Nard. Good evening. I don't know if she's had the black experience, but of course she's a black woman, so I don't know. But yeah, it's given. Candace Owens is not for me. She's from Connecticut, I think. Do you know what kind of household she grew up in? Did she have black parents? Was she adopted? Did she go to an all white school? Because I have clients who are wealthy and highly educated and have gone to all white colleges, but they are very much cultured black women. Candace is not. Oh, she's Jamaican. Oh, okay. See, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. So that might be what I'm seeing. So when she speaks of um, African Americans, she's almost speaking as a foreigner. She's really hard on black people. And she seems to think that black people are making lots of excuses. You know what I'm saying? So she's missing culture. She from Connecticut, maybe Rhode Island. Okay. Yeah. So she's half Jamaican. So yeah, she would be lacking some culture, y'all. I mean, just because she's dark skinned, like I don't know. I find that black people from other places are not like black people from America. It's not the same. As you can see, what's going on in Washington. We are hated and despised for being black. We are talked about, put down for being black. Trump already said it, only the strong will be in the world. I'm done. Is that what he said? Doesn't it sound like something that Hitler would say? She went to college at the University of Rhode Island, was a victim of racial discrimination, and brought a bunch of blacks to help her. Who was she discriminated? Who? Okay, so who was giving her a hard time? Was it the black people or the white people? Before she washed away her blackness. So the white people gave her a hard time. White people gave her a hard time. You know what I see though, Nard? I see black people giving her a hard time. Candace Owens sounds just like a rich, highly educated white woman. She's lacking culture. Her mother and father fought for her. Why is she so against black people? Is she married to a Caucasian male? Somebody told me that she was. She's missing culture. She dropped out of college. She knows her culture. I'm not saying that she doesn't know it by way of. I'm not saying that she doesn't know the culture by way of information or knowledge. She is lacking culture as a woman. Do you see what I'm saying? She's operating in a facade. She's borrowed a white woman's image, void of the complexion. You know how you have some black women who are well spoken, but they are black. Oprah Winfrey, for example, I'm just gonna let you know, Nard, just for example. Oprah Winfrey and Gail are both highly educated, very intelligent, well-versed black women, but they are undeniably black women. Candace Owens has the persona of a white, rich, educated woman. She is void of culture. Her husband is a top racist and has a racist book. He owns the racist company. Oh, she's mentally ill. She is white woman trapped in a black woman's body. She is not a white woman. Candace Owens is black. But she is so far in a facade that there is no trace of black woman there. That is not real. That is not real. I hate to tell you, it's not real. I wish I could talk to some of her friends. I promise you, if I went viral saying what I say, I guarantee you that somebody would hit me up and say, Cheryl, I don't know how you know, but that's a facade. It's not real. It's not. Um, what do you think about Gail going to space? I think it's exciting. Now, I wouldn't have never done that, and I don't know why she felt the need to do it. What is that about? She wanted to make history? Like, she's tired of the Trump administration? Like, what is going on? Candace is VP, vice president of her husband's company. So she's married to a racist. That would be just like a Christian being married to a Muslim. You know, two entirely different doctrines. Yeah, Candace, the married to the game. Candace doesn't know who she really is. There's a story there. Probably it's probably her childhood. If you go back far enough, you're gonna find a scared little dark-skinned black girl who was mistreated and who didn't want to be black. And she did everything she could to erase it by changing the way that she looked, the way she walked, and the way that she talked, and who she hung around. That's a facade, it's not real. They call that a construct. She always uses filters to try to look light-skinned. Now, look, let me tell you something, WV, and you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, and this is my observation. If you are on social media and you look dark-skinned, you are black. Black meaning black like this here. Because right now, I'm under a ring light and I look brighter than I actually am, maybe like a shade or two. She's dark-skinned on camera. She's dark-skinned on camera. Not every black is black, right? So she's dark. Now, I'm going to tell you something about a dark-skinned black woman. I'm going to tell you. You probably can read it somewhere. A dark-skinned black woman has, in America now, not the ones that are in other places, but the ones that are here. What's up, Original Game? She talk white. Yeah, it's real. It's beyond talking white. Candace can do voiceover and just be a white woman. But little dark-skinned girls, and I'm sure the cameras on social media make her look better than she really looks in person. So I can almost guarantee you that she was treated bad. Probably called black and ugly. Like Celie. Candace Owens is a Oreo. Yeah. So she probably has childhood trauma and unresolved issues down there, probably. And it was never addressed. Um, Probably if she could clean up and get it all fixed and get it all worked out, then you could meet possibly the real Candace Owens. Our president is not operating in a facade, though. He's not. He's not operating in a facade. He's just operating out of his shadow. He's just giving into all the darkness and all the racism and all the terribleness and all of the uh, conspiracy theories and all of the doom and gloom. Hello, how you doing? He's giving into all of that. I'm doing great. So anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. Y'all have a great. I am off on Good Friday. Ooh. Mm, mm, mm. I am off on Good Friday, y'all. And so I'll be working at the salon. So I'm off from my regular job, but I'll be working at the salon. And it's going to be a good weekend. Kisses and hugs. Thank you guys for being here for as long as you could be. You're from India. Enjoy your long weekend. Thank you, Sean. You too. Edit, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Could you thumbs up the live and subscribe to the channel? I'm gonna eat me a bowl of cereal, y'all. I got me some. What is y'all's favorite cereal before I show you mine? You're an amazing woman, Empress. Love you. Thank you, Damon. This is my favorite cereal. And I'm gonna have me a bowl. I got me some wonderful almond milk. Almond milk. Trump is out of there. Yeah, he getting out of there. And then the psychic said, do y'all what do y'all think about psychics? But I'm gonna tell y'all what the psychic said, because I'm gonna say you ain't done nothing until you listen to a psychic. I'm telling you. I used to be like, oh no, I'm not gonna listen to the psychic because the folks at the church told me not to, but I ain't. I can't. You're gonna join. Thank you. They are saying that he's going to get out of there, and it won't be long. That's what they said. And yeah, that's what I believe. Okay, that's what I believe. But anyway, it's the family size Rice Krispies. Yum yum. I got me some Splenda and some almond milk. Who else is in the building? Who in the bushes? Who's in the bushes? It's nice seeing some strangers come in tonight. It's been a long time since we had some new people in the chat. I guess you guys shared the live. Edit, y'all, can you share the live? It's 19 people in here. Can you share? I can stay up with y'all a little bit longer if y'all get to sharing. Almond milk makes cereal the best, LOL. Yes, but I got the kind that doesn't have sugar in it, though. I got that kind. I love Rice Krispies. I don't eat Fruity Pebbles. No, I can't eat the Fruity Pebbles, honey. It's too sweet. It's giving too sweet, okay? It's too much sweetness. But anyway, y'all, We gonna be all right. But honey, these folks, Nard, you better tell your friends, these black men, please, don't get in trouble with the law. Daddy and Caddy almond milk. So you like, oh, you funny. Thank you for the $2. Um, Tell your friends, Nard, please stay out the way, stay out the way. Stay out the way. Please don't get caught up with these men, these folks trying to send these men to jail. And when they get over there, when they get over to the jail, it ain't no coming out. I couldn't do that. I couldn't send somebody, say for instance, on my job, I'm asked to stand out the way. I know you do, Nard. Say for instance, you got somebody who on a lot like Jeff, what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer. Y'all remember Jeffrey Dahmer ate up those folks. He ate those folks up, literally, right? Now, I wouldn't even put him in El Salvador. Now, he would never be able to come out of that prison now. He wouldn't, because once you get a taste for human flesh, you probably gonna, you know what I'm saying? But he would never come out, but I wouldn't, I just don't. Those people are terrible people. Bye, Aditya. Good night. Y'all gonna see me with my new unit on tomorrow. I got a new unit, baby. You too. Well, no. It's nighttime for me. I'm going to go to bed. But you have a great day. It's going to be lights out for me. Okay? You have a great day. Dominer is burning right now. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know, Nard. I don't know if he's burning. I don't know. That man was not normal. That man was not normal. That man was sick. Something was wrong with his brain and his heart. You know? That's why I'm saying, y'all, that's a spiritual evil. There's a spiritual evolution going for everybody. There's another level. We've got to evolve as a race, as a people, as humans, all of us, all over the country. We've got to evolve. He was definitely mentally ill, Nard. The mental illness contributed to the evil. For instance, if he has a lack of empathy and brain damage, then he can be evil because the empathy is not there. And if you remove that, then he can do anything. So it is mental illness still. It's still that. It's still that. Something's wrong with his brain. I don't know if anyone has told you tonight, but the hair is on point, Cheryl, LOL. Thank you, Sean. Well, I have to go to work tomorrow, go to bed. Have a good night, good conversation. What's up, Alvin Cobbs? Thank you, boo. It's been a while since I seen you. Is empathy and blasphemy different? Yes. Yes. Nard. Yes. Oh, Nard, now you've been around. Yes, the hair is very on point. Thank you, Alvin. I sent you something. I saw it. I haven't looked at it yet, darling. You said tell me what I'll let you know. Yes, having Nard without empathy, you cannot love. There is no love without empathy. Thank you, Nard. I appreciate that. There is no love without empathy, y'all. You got to have both. You need empathy to get to the love. And so um, there's lots of people, Nard, that don't have it. Okay, so, and I'm going to end on this. This is going to be the end of the live. Okay, so not having empathy would be like, uh, not having empathy would be like, okay, like just visualize the vampire, right? I think I can do this. Hold on. I'm sleepy. Um, yeah, the vampire. So the vampire is sustained by the blood, right? He needs blood to survive. But he knows that he's a vampire. And so instead of biting people and unaliving them, he becomes a doctor and takes the blood from the blood bank because he is a conscious vampire. He knows that he's a monster. But just because he's a monster doesn't mean that he has to unalive. Well, when people have a lack of empathy, they do bad things to others. But they can go to therapy and learn cognitively how to show acts of love without feeling the love, so that they won't hurt people, because people that lack empathy do hurt people. So I hope I did that right. I hope you understand now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for the person, for the person who doesn't have the empathy, it's not their fault. I don't think our president has any. I don't. But anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. I love y'all to pieces. Thank you, you, for being in the live. It started off really slow. I'm working on controlling this energy of mine. What's up, Memphis? I'm working on controlling this energy. What's up, Memphis? It's been a long time. This energy of mine, because it can be so explosive. You too, Sean. I'm your favorite. Memphis, it's been a long time. Hit the like button. But anyway, I think I'm back. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, it's YouTube. YouTube is not pushing my stuff out. And also, I need to do some videos. The videos will help things get back how they were. But anyway, I love you, Memphis. Thank you for stopping by. And if you don't see me, Memphis, type my name in and watch some of the lives. Because you know I'm always doing commentary. I was gone. Y'all, this fro gonna be gone this weekend, honey, because I got a whole nother unit. Yeah, so I was gone for a while. So, yeah, type my name in. Because when I look at my analytics, it let me know how many of y'all are watching and how long you watched. Okay, so Cheryl Grabowski always has good content. If I say something that you feel like somebody that you love need to hear, then share the link with them. But anyway, bye bye, guys. I gotta work tomorrow, and I can't wait to get off because I don't have to. I'm gonna be off for 3 days. Kisses and hugs. Bye. Good night, Nard. Good night.